Hey everyone, it's Austin and welcome back to the channel. It's day 272 on my journey to 2000 where I'll be uploading a video about my journey every day until I make it there. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, check out fianchetoclub.com, use code Kiwi, get you a discount, and into the 10-minute pool we go. After last video's 2 losses, we're at 1802, playing against an 1840 from Poland, got the Sicilian defense. Today is a new day. I think what I'm really going to try to do is I'm just going to try to make sure that I focus on playing. Okay, so this has the potential to transpose into the old Sicilian. I'm not familiar with this exact move order. I'm tempted to go here before I go here, but normally after c3 I would play knight f6. So I think I'm going to go here just in case he takes with the knight, and then it transposes into the open, in which case I'll just play g6 and you know, keep it going like that. Okay, great. Today's a new day. So I think after, you know, yesterday's really just like struggling with blunders and those kinds of things, I'm just going to try to make sure that I stay focused the whole game. You know, just really trying to make sure that I'm not playing too quickly, try to maintain complete focus, double check my moves. I'm in a little bit of a volatile state with my chess right now, it feels like, at least. Now, this is theory, if you guys remember. Okay. So here is screaming to be played. Here, if he plays this, then I have to play f6. I haven't seen this move before. I've only seen e6. I'm not entirely sure what the best move is here. Let's just think about it for a minute. If I go here and he plays this, f6 takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop back. I think it's a equal position, but my position is just infinitely more uncomfortable than my opponent's. The problem is I just don't know what other move to play. I think allowing my pawns to get doubled would be very bad. Double D pawns, I mean, he's threatening to win a pawn, right? It's not just doubling my pawns. If I go here, takes. Very poor. I do think that this is the correct move. I'm just not seeing any other candidate moves to calculate. Like e6 is nonsensical. Yeah, I mean, just plain and simple. Here, f6 is just, I think, the next step in the puzzle. He might get worried that his bishop's hanging and allow me to develop a little bit here, which would be great for me. Good. Now if I go here and he pushes, I can just castle. Actually, no, I can't. Here, if he goes here, I have to play f6 still. But this is the next logical... Well, he can't push it anymore. What am I talking about? His queen's gonna hang. So I think we're doing a little bit better today. You know, we're taking things a little bit more slowly. You know, we're not just purely playing out of instinct. Playing quickly out of instinct is bad. Playing purely out of instinct when you're not in a good headspace is even worse. Yeah, I mean, I really just think that this is the move. We could even consider d6, d5 potentially. Wow. So he's opening up the diagonal. Not sure what I think about his decision there. I think I like the idea of d6. If takes, takes, then I can go d5 and shut out his light square bishop kind of like forever. It also lets me get my light squared bishop out. This pawn is also pinned, so he can't take. So if I go here, he can't play en passant. But I might want to take. I don't think that I do. I really think that I want to close it down. Close it down. Bishop out. I have ideas of a5, a4. Trapping this bishop. I do think that d5 is the move. I feel like this move is pretty logical, restricting the bishop's movement even more. If here, I think h5 is in order. Interesting. I'm also thinking about just this. Perhaps even this. If I go here to push this, seems very good. I didn't want to open up his bishop, but now I'm thinking that my bishop is closed. So maybe that was a little bit short-sighted of me. Let's go here so I can bring a rook onto this file and then try to open up the center. Knight here, I think, is definitely his next move. Really. Okay. I don't know how much I agree with that. Let's keep in mind that that pawn is protected by my queen. Perhaps he wants to push, but then we just have bishop takes. I think rook to the center is just a very logical next step. His queen is now officially all up in my business. But I'm not seeing any threats with his move. I think it's important to note. I really want to be able to boot this queen away. But there's not really a good way for me to do that. So I'm thinking about pushing this pawn here soon. If he goes here, I'm definitely going here. I think knight f3 is just such a logical move for him. I actually have this move. But that's a one move. It's a one mover, if I've ever seen one. Here, where does this queen go? Maybe I should move my rook first. I think it's finally time for this idea. Because if I can get my knight here, then I might have ideas to bring my rook here to kick his queen, and then build in the center to break. Okay, so he's attacking the pawn and my bishop. I think that this is logical. I missed this move as an idea here, like completely. Okay, I don't think I just hung this pawn. It's okay. I think it's better to lose this one than this one. I'm not sure if he'll take, though. I think that's kind of a dangerous pawn for him to capture. Could be wrong. Here, I think this might be a good move, just to relieve some pressure from the position. Here. Oh god, what a move. What an idea. Just playing this. Same thing with this. Okay, so he doesn't take my pawn, which I find very peculiar. I guess he's saying that there's not really an easy way for me to defend it. I can go here. But I think I should make this threat first. And then maybe go here. And then my bishop is just going to be very sad forever. Okay, so I have this idea. Just kind of not letting him take the pawn, just continuously making threats. I think, man, I don't know, this is tough. This pawn, this pawn, this pawn. Very tough. Is there a way that I can defend this pawn and this pawn? I guess I can do this. I'm down to 3 minutes here, which is very unfortunate. Okay. I think I'd rather him take that pawn than me close in my light square bishop. That's what I think. So let's threaten his dark square bishop and this pawn. And let's threaten to get our piece in here. Our rook. I'm just going to defend this pawn straight up. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say that your queen is almost trapped. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm down a minute on the clock, and I'm down to 3 minutes, and he has 4. So I was comfortable being down a minute on the clock when we had, like, you know, 7 and 6 minutes. But now that it's down to, like, 3 to 4, I don't feel comfortable with this time disadvantage anymore. I think that I need to get it together. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here. I think my opponent is wise to think quite a lot here. Here, I'm taking with the pawn. Obviously, I don't want to hang this pawn. These doubled pawns are terribly unfortunate, but... Okay, so I like your idea, but I think I'm going to play this. Queen can't go here, here. If you go here, then this is a fork. Here we can take. But I do think that this is the correct idea. Okay, so he's just gonna full out sack the piece. I guess he thought his queen was trapped. And now his queen can get out. Or he was just hoping that I took with another piece, I guess. So this situation is kind of unfortunate. Is there anything that I can do immediately about that? I don't think so. I think let's just double the rooks on the file. I'm not seeing a good... Again, the time situation is requiring immediate information or immediate decisions. So we're going to make immediate decisions here. Unfortunately, I don't really have any forward mobility with these rooks being double stacked here. That is a very, 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 very weakening move. Let's get in here with the bishop. I think I'm going to swing my rooks over to this file. As a matter of fact, I should have done that first. 150% should have done that first, but I'm getting really anxious about my time. But who's surprised? You know? Who's surprised? So I think this... Okay. Queen can't get in anywhere. So let's go here first to defend the pawn and then come here. His poor queen just like has no squares the entire game. Let's go here, hit the pawn. Not so easy to defend now. We're officially reaching like the blitzing stage of the game. Let's hope my coffee does well for me here. I think if you take into me, then that's only bad for you. So I would love for you to do that. Problem is, what do I do with my last couple pieces? I think let's just do this. Help safeten my king a little bit. Let's control the file. Let's threaten this pawn. Sorry, let's silence Discord. This is very intense. Need to focus. Very much need to focus here. Okay. I like it when they hang all their pieces. It makes my life a lot easier. He resigns. Okay, that was very stressful. That was incredibly stressful. I played an 89%. 3 inaccuracies, 1 mistake, 1 miss. This is all book. Okay, so going bishop g7 right away is the correct idea here, and if he takes, we just don't care. Like, what if you take this? Bishop a6, you can't castle. We've gambited a pawn, but we're so far ahead in development that it's actually just -1. So that's good info. D6, yeah. I kind of realized right after I played D5, not right after, but kind of like in this position, I was like, dude, I just made my best piece my worst piece by playing D5. So that makes sense that it's a miss. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the position, in my opinion. I think him ever taking, obviously, is a blunder. Queen F2, I think makes a lot of sense. C5, just continuing to build the chain. It wants knight A3, I'm guessing, to do some stuff here. Bishop A6, beautiful move. Common motif in the Sicilian, especially when they kind of like push this F pawn. Bring your bishop here, exploiting that weak square. So now it's a mistake, because he had this great move. And it actually wanted me to sack the pawn. Queen takes, Queen A7. This is the exact kind of position I don't want to play. Where he just has all of the play and I'm just on the back foot. So he should have taken the pawn 100%. I made a couple threats before I chose to defend the pawn, and now this is a blunder because of this. If he goes here, then I just play a c5 with the same result, and his best move is to actually sack the queen in that position. His knight has no forward squares, so he has to go back to c2, in which case I would probably, or okay, here. Okay, so it actually wants, in the other position, it was considering sacking the pawn, which is, or sacking the piece, which is really cool. Bishop b5, only logical, setting up this whole idea. So why can we do this? Queen b6. Hitting this, threatening this at the same time, you can't defend both. c4, we take the bishop. Very nice. Very beautiful board geometry there. But we just like buttoned up, played it solid. Didn't really let him have any counterplay. A younger Austin would have been very concerned about like the queen getting in here. New and improved Austin, as I continue to go, you know, I was like expecting this move, even on the previous position. Like here, I was kind of just expecting this move anyway. In which case, you know, you have to play this position where your king is exposed on the H file, but it's just fine. It's -9, obviously. You know, if you played it here, then the bishop is just hanging. So, understanding that this square is defended enough times that he can push it, but not being afraid of it anyway, because, you know, calculation obviously is king. And we see that we're just mating him here. What's the fastest mate? Is it this? Yeah. It wanted queen f2 mate, but this is prettier. Yeah, man, we take those. Alright, so that was a little bit edgy, but bishop c4, next time we know that we just want to go bishop g7. And if he takes and sacks the pawn, we just go bishop a6, and he can't castle, and this queen is going to be a punching bag. So let's see another couple moves. Knight c3, rook b8 already. This idea, very common in the dragon. Idea is already coming in so strong. Already wants him to move his queen. c5 attacks a pawn. We're hucking another pawn, who cares? If he takes, queen a5... This geometry is just absolutely stunning here. That's something that I need to get more used to. I'm used to playing more positional openings where if you sack a pawn, you're probably going to lose the game. Versus, like, I'm playing the Sicilian now. Like, the whole point is that you're developing your pieces so actively, and just the nature of the positions that you get in the Sicilian, if you're being greedy and taking pawns, you're gonna end up getting yourself freaking mated. So beautiful, I love it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I gotta hop off for my chess lesson now. I will see you tomorrow.